Protecting Your Data in the Cloud, a comprehensive guide to AWS security best practices. This podcast is brought to you by Business Compass LLC. We are an Amazon Web Services advanced consulting partner. We build and migrate workloads to Amazon Cloud. Our website is businesscompassllc.com. Our phone number is 973-638-2228. Our email address is contact@businesscompassllc.us. Assessing your current AWS security setup. Identifying potential vulnerabilities. Begin your security assessment by identifying potential vulnerabilities in your AWS environment. Evaluate all the entry points, configurations, and permissions that could be exploited. This step includes reviewing IAM roles, security groups, and network access control lists, ACLs. Use AWS Security Hub to get a comprehensive view of your security posture. Reviewing AWS security controls in place. Next, review the security controls already implemented. This includes AWS Shield for DDoS protection, AWS for Web Application Security, and AWS Key Management Service, KMS, for managing encryption keys. Ensure that these services are correctly configured and actively protecting your resources. Analyzing previous breach incidents, if any. Analyze any previous security breaches to understand how they occurred and what measures were taken to mitigate them. This historical analysis helps identify patterns and improve your security measures. Use AWS CloudTrail to track user activity and API usage, which can be critical in understanding breaches. Conducting regular risk assessments. Regular risk assessments are essential for maintaining a secure AWS environment. Use tools like AWS Trusted Advisor and AWS Inspector to monitor your resources for potential security issues continuously. These assessments help you stay ahead of threats and maintain compliance with security standards. Strengthening AWS security with best practices. Secure access management. Implement strict access management policies. Use IAM policies to grant the least privileged access and regularly review permissions. Ensure that multi-factor authentication, MFA, is enabled for all users, especially those with administrative privileges. Strong authentication and authorization. Strengthen authentication and authorization mechanisms. Instead of sharing long-term credentials, use AWS Identity and Access Management, IAM, roles for services and applications. Leverage AWS Single Sign-On, SSO, for centralized user management and authentication. Data encryption. Encrypt your data at rest and in transit. Use AWS KMS to manage encryption keys and ensure that all sensitive data is encrypted using AWS or customer-managed keys. Implement SSL/TTLS for data in transit to secure communications between your services and users. Continuous monitoring and logging. Implement continuous monitoring and logging to detect and respond to security incidents swiftly. Use Amazon CloudWatch for monitoring, AWS CloudTrail for logging API activity, and AWS Config for auditing configurations. Set up alerts and automated responses to address potential security issues promptly. Regularly update and patch AWS resources. Update and patch your AWS resources regularly to protect against known vulnerabilities. Use AWS Systems Manager Patch Manager to automate patching for your instances. Ensure your applications and operating systems are updated with the latest security patches. Implementing additional security measures. Backup and disaster recovery. Implement a robust backup and disaster recovery plan. Use AWS Backup to automate and manage backups of your AWS resources. Ensure that your backup strategy includes regular testing of recovery procedures to verify that you can restore data and services effectively in case of an incident. Conclusion. Protecting your data in the cloud requires a comprehensive approach that includes regular assessments, best practices, and robust security measures. Implementing these strategies can strengthen your AWS security posture and protect your critical data from potential threats. Thank you for listening to our podcast. Please share this podcast. Visit our website and follow our social media links.